adding slash subtracting. And then write down this example sort of problem, because they're going to give you all sorts of confusing stuff. Negative, negative 2 plus a negative 3 minus a negative 4 plus a negative 5. If you are confronted with such a problem as this, usually the thing that gives most people the issue with this is subtracting integers. So my strong recommendation for you, you might as well take it, is that your first step be to change all subtraction to addition. You can't just willy-nilly change it. How do I change subtracting integers to their to addition? You have to do what, Charlie?
Make the negative 4.
Subtracting is the same thing as adding whatever the opposite of that is. Now, is this subtraction or is this addition?
Addition.
Yeah, you can put a little plus sign in there if that helps. It's plus negative 2. This is the only subtraction in the problem, and what do I do to it? Well, I change it to addition, and I change this to its opposite. You just change those signs. Okay? And then maybe it would be helpful for you for number 2 to think positive and negative, which means I need this. Let's say you've got a big canister, so I'm putting all my integers in a jar. A negative 2 means that I have 2 negatives. A negative 3 means I have 3 more negatives. Positive 4 means I have 4 pluses. Negative 5 means I have 5 negatives. So if I have all of those in the jar, you'll talk to Mrs. Stone and she'll say a positive and negative cancel each other out. So this cancels out with this. This cancels out with that, this cancels out with that, this cancels out with that. Nothing else cancels out, so what are you left with? You're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 negatives. The whole thing is negative 6. Now you could start at the end and do it one step at a time, but I don't know if that would help you or not. You know, if you have 2 negatives and add 3 more negatives to it, you get negative 5. If you have negative 5 and add 4 pluses to it, you end up with negative 1. If you have negative 1 and add 5 more negatives to it, you still get negative 6. This may be a better way for you to think about it for right now. I don't know. It's kind of up to you. Did I do something wrong?
No, I was just asking, like, when we show it on our paper, does it matter which way we do it?
Well, I would say if you can't do it this way, you probably should do it this way. I don't know which is, some of you struggle with the whole positive, negative things. Charles?
How would you get negative 1?
Where? Here? I have 5 negatives, and I have 4 pluses. 4 of them take away 4 of those, you're left with that. Let's look at one that might be just a tough bit more, because then they start throwing parentheses, which really shouldn't matter to you. How about this one? 2 plus a negative 3 minus a negative 9 minus a positive 7 plus a positive 1. Now, I'll just go on record as saying those parentheses really don't change or do anything. Okay? We can just rewrite it as it is. This is positive 2 plus a negative 3. Here you have your minuses, so you change both of those to their opposite, plus 9. Change those to its opposite, plus a minus 7. Did you say This was minus a positive 7. You have to change it to its opposite, change that to its opposite, so it's plus a minus 7.
So you only changed if they're both negatives.
Nope.
Nope.
Change them always. Always, always, always change them. And then there again, you can do your little candy thing. It might get a little crazy if you get a whole bunch of these things. 2 pluses, 3 minuses. And you could stop there and go, okay, well those are gonna cross off and leave me with just 1 minus. 9 pluses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which means I'm down to that and I'm left with 8. Minus 7 minuses, which those are all gonna cross off. You're left with 1 positive. Plus another one, what do you end up with? As long as you're on positive 2. Now one more, you're not going to want to do this one that way. Charlie, stop me. What did you get?
Yeah, positive.
At what point did you get positive 1? Did you put all the positive omegas in the jar?
Yeah.
You must have missed one somewhere. You might want to do it again. Now you're not, ladies and gentlemen, probably going to want to do that with these big numbers like this. But I think you'll be able to see the pattern that we're using here. Minus, sorry, a negative 30 plus a negative 40. I think you'll be able to see this here. Again, I like to get rid of the parentheses and change all the subtraction to addition. So this is plus a negative 10. What's this one going to become? Plus a minus 20. This one's going to be plus a positive 30. And this one is plus a minus 40. Now, I don't want to sit down and do all this in the jar, but let's look at if we did have kind of a jar here. If you have 10 negatives and then I put 20 more in there, what am I left with? I have 30 negative signs in there, right? Now, if I have 30 negative signs in there, now I'm adding 30 positive signs. What's going to happen? It's all going to wipe out. It all balances out. And then you're left with just 40 negative signs in there, which is minus 40. Or if I took that and blew that way up to sky high proportions. That makes it so much better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Minus 40. So here, how about if I give you this? What if I said this? Negative 60 minus a negative 40. If I told you to add those or subtract those together, what would you get for an answer? Again, we're going to want to flip the signs of this to their opposites. What is a minus 60 plus a positive 40? You really don't want to have to draw those pluses and minuses in there, Olivia. You would get? Yeah, a minus 20. You got 60 negatives and 40 positives. They're gonna, some of them are going to cross off, and you're going to get. We'll stop with that.